No, the signal looks a little iffy. Okay. So it is Charisma. Charisma cares. Um, if anyone is on, because as usual, this is one of my impromptu lives. And so if anyone is on, let me know if you're having trouble hearing me. It looks like my signal is going up, so that's good. Welcome back to another. I got something to say. I always have something to say, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Look at you. I just jumped on. Y'all know I can't do planned material. I can't, and I have said this before, and I know people say you're supposed to plan your material and you're supposed to get on at certain days, at certain times, but y'all, I can't. I can't. I won't. Because if I do that, I don't have nothing to say. If I plan it, I have nothing. So when I get on here, I like to just come straight to you and we're just gonna really talk. Y'all, so I'm in Rwanda, Africa. So you probably will wonder, how is this about I deserve a break? Y'all, woo child, that is a loaded question. How is Africa treating us? We were doing great. We were. Things were going amazing. Looking at different opportunities here. My land here in Rwanda is all done, purchased, transferred over, all of that. We were doing amazing. And Lord, my son's passport went missing. And I'm going to say missing because I have my thoughts on what happened to it, but I don't have any proof. So I don't want to say anything. So I'm just going to say missing. Ooh, child. The processes can be challenging when you are used to the way things are done, especially in America. We are very calculated people in America. We are very this, then this, then this, then this, then this. We are very, everything's online. You don't see me. I don't see you. There's no face to face. None of that. You do not realize just how much you appreciate that until you don't have it. Y'all, when you are traveling to these different countries, whoo, child, when you are traveling to these different countries, you have you have to relinquish some of who you are and what you know. And I want to say, when I say traveling, I don't mean when you're visiting. When you visiting somewhere for a week or two, honey, it don't matter. You don't have to conform, convert, or care at all, really. I mean, as long as you don't commit no real crimes, you're good. You can do whatever you want to do. But child, when you are living in a place, there are some things that you are going to have to release. And this releasing of these things can cause culture shock. And for the first time in my travels, and y'all, I have been, since this journey started, to 5 different countries, all on the west, though, all on the west side of the world. And this is the very first time I think I have experienced culture shock. And I have to remind myself that Africa is a continent. And this continent has 50 something countries, and every country is different. And this isn't to say that Rwanda is not a good country, because it is a good country for many, many things. However, coming from America, living in Africa, and I have to say this is probably going to stand true for every country in Africa, because Africa is vastly different than America. Not different in that what they show us, people with the big bellies and they're starving and, you know, they're, those type of things. Y'all, I ain't seen nobody with a big belly yet. So, so when I say vastly different. I don't mean what the media tells us to be different. I mean vastly different in societal norms. Um, what we may consider to be rude, they consider to be normal. And that has been hard for me. Living in countries like the DR, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, um, we all kind of have the same traditions. The societal traditions, we all are kind of the same. We kind of do things the same. We have a different language. Religion may be a little different here and there, but for the most part, it's very easy to go to Mexico. That's why so many people go to Mexico and that's where they live. It's very easy to just pick up, go to Mexico and live. I lived in Mexico City. I don't want to say did some time. It sound like I was in jail, but I was in not did some time, y'all. But I was in oh Lord, what area is that? The 15th Street. What am I? Playa del Carmen. And these places, when things happen, they were never like culture shock things. They were always like, that's weird. Okay. Da-da-da. They were never like when I got in an accident in Mexico, it was like the processes that they did were different. And one of the things was I was afraid to call the police. I didn't know what was going on. And had I called the police, the things that happened, the aftermath may have been different. I'm sure it would have been different. But here, culturally, things are different. And I can't speak of Africa because I haven't been to every country in Africa. I haven't been to a fourth of the countries in Africa. Hell, I only been to one country in Africa. But in Rwanda, some of the things like people stare, not like, no, like when I say stare, like, when I tell you, this is one of the things you got to be prepared for. They and they will keep staring. Like even as you, if you stare at them, they're staring back at you. As you walk away, they're still staring at you. This is not considered rude here. I will go in a store and I will be talking to someone that works in the store, asking them for something, and they will just answer their phone. In the middle of me asking them, in the middle of them telling me, there's not like a hey, hello, how are you when you enter a place. Not necessarily. And you may say hello, and they just don't say anything back. So these are the like societal norms that are very different. And when you're in a place for a week or two, whatever, you don't care. You may not even notice, honey. But when you're in a place for months, these things can be a little challenging. And the way that things are done in different countries can be challenging. And that's not to say that there's nowhere on the West that will challenge you, because there will be some things that are going to challenge you. And you're going to have to say to yourself, is this worth me leaving America? Was this worth me leaving? Is this truly the place for me? Is this really where I want to be? Because we haven't lived in these places before. Until you live in these places, you haven't lived in these places. And every place isn't good for everybody. And somebody may talk about a place and they may talk it up and you may get there and you like, oh child, no, I can't stand this place. I can't be here. This is too much. I don't know what they were talking about. I need to get up out of here. You may think you want to live on the beach. You may get to that beach and you're like, oh Lord, this sand, this humidity, my hair, this too much. I don't want to do this. And there just may be places that challenge you so much. You like, damn, I need a break. I actually need a break from the break. And again, it's not necessarily that the place is bad. but the cultural differences, the some of the basic things. I've talked about this before, and this is not an Africa thing. This is what we would consider a lot of. I guess there would be considered third world countries. I don't know, but there are a lot of countries that basic things like gas, water, electric is not done like it's done in the States. In the States, our electric bill, we get a bill every month. We just pay it and it's there. A lot of times when you leave and live in these other countries, these electric bills are prepaid. If you run out of money, it just turns off. Like you just don't have any electricity. You just wake up and you flip the switch and there's nothing there. Same thing with water. It's nothing there. Clean drinking water. You gotta buy big 22-gallon containers of clean drinking water. And these are challenges that come and kind of make you question, is this what I wanted to do? But as you get used to them, you're like, okay, this is okay. I can do this. I'm all right with this. But some of them you like, child, I don't know. You sitting back and you're like, the life that I have, the life that I created, I question whether, not necessarily the life that I have, but where I am, the place that to be. Even if you created that place, even if that place was your goal for years. Being a nurse practitioner was my goal since I think I was like 16, 18 years old. And when I became a nurse practitioner, I found that it was a lot of discrimination. And I live in Atlanta, so I can't speak for anywhere else. But it wasn't necessarily discrimination of color, but it was discrimination of title, discrimination of being a female provider, um, discriminate. There were some different things that I definitely noticed. Oops, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to. But there were some things that I definitely noticed. Um, hold on. So I'm sorry. It's things that I noticed that made me say, damn, I have been fighting for this for so long. For so very long, I have been fighting to go to school, become a nurse practitioner, do these amazing things, change lives, um, all of these wonderful things. And now that I had accomplished this goal that I have set for myself, I was unhappy in this goal. Yes, this checked off the boxes. It checked off the financial. It checked off job security. It checked off the degrees. It checked off all of these different boxes. But for some reason, although I had created what I thought I wanted, I realized I wasn't happy there. I did it because it did check off those boxes. And child, you got to eat. Like you have to take care of things first. Um, and I lost my signal. Okay. And then taking care of those things, you sacrifice a part of yourself. You sacrifice a part of yourself that knows that what you're doing is for the best. Is for the best for you, is for the best for your family. It's what you wanted. And then you get it and you realize, I don't know if this is what I wanted. Sorry. But before you walk away, you need to reassess that situation. Before I walk away, I need to reassess my situation. Before I say, this culture shock is too much for me, before I say, this isn't the place for me, I think it's better to take a break. And I have been doing a lot, y'all. I really have not gotten a chance to really be a tourist in Rwanda. Um, and that may be part of it. You know, I got here and I hit the ground running because I had stuff that was already in place. And I didn't get a chance to really be a tourist. And I think just like when I became a nurse practitioner and realized that this may not have been the right step for me. It was right for me in that moment, but not right for me long term. And as I realized that, taking a break became that much more important. Taking time to step away, taking a moment to relax, to regroup, taking time to get in touch with myself, with my inner self, have that conversation to find out what it is that I really need. And when I relate this to my travels, y'all, I don't do scouting trips. I just go. I don't even do a whole lot of research. I just go. I'm like, when I get there, I'll decide if I like it. If I don't like it, I'll leave. If I like it, I'll stay. And that has been a little rocky for me. That has definitely been a little up and down, because I get there and I don't necessarily know what to expect. I get there, I hit the ground running, which is a problem that I have. I have done this everywhere I have gone. I get there and I hit the ground running. And then I overwhelm myself because you got to know yourself, right? I overwhelm myself and then I need a break. I literally need a break from the break. And that's bad. That's really, really bad. It's bad to need a break from the break. And I keep telling myself that I'm going to do different next time. Next time I'm going to get there and I'm going to relax and I'm going to take it easy. And I get there and I just see so many possibilities. And I want to jump on so many possibilities. And I want to do so many big things. And I want to help so many people. And in doing so, I stretch myself so very thin. And I don't take the necessary time for myself. And I don't know if this is something that other people can relate to. Um, there's a part of me that is definitely a people pleaser. And people assume that if you're a strong person, you're not a people pleaser. Most people don't really know the definition of a people pleaser. I am definitely that person that wants to be there for everybody. I'm that person that wants to show up and wants to be my best and wants to be, amazing to every single person. As y'all can see, it's starting to get dark. However, that becomes overwhelming. It becomes overwhelming to be everything to everybody all the time and not be everything to yourself all the time. And the problem with being an extrovert is, and some of you probably can relate, is once you take the time to yourself, once you take the time to focus on you, people start getting a little upset. They start looking at you sideways because you're actually taking time for yourself. I'm going to turn, see if I can catch some of that light because I actually don't know how to turn my light on, y'all. Okay. A little bit better. I may have to go actually get my ring light. But between the people pleasing, the extrovert, and the Um, Perfectionist. Ooh, y'all, I am a triple threat to my damn self. Not to anybody else, to myself. Because for everybody else, I am doing amazing shit. For everybody else, I am giving them everything that they need. But for me, I am sacrificing. I am sacrificing my time. I am sacrificing my sleep. I am sacrificing a lot to be what everyone else needs. And that's one of the problems with being a perfectionist, a people pleaser, and an extrovert. So I know it kind of seems like I've kind of gone in circles. There's just a lot going on. Y'all, I really should have did a live last week so I could have let half of this out of my head and left the other half. But, you know, time and different time differences and all of that. But I'm curious to know if that's something that any of you struggle with. If you struggle with the people pleasing, being an extrovert doesn't necessarily mean that you're a people pleaser. But I'm curious to know if you struggle with doing so much for others, be it a spouse, children, friends, family, but you do so much for others that you actually have to take a break from others to focus on doing for you. Because I imagine I can't be the only person. And it's not like these people make me do anything. It's not like people force you to do anything. You just want to do it. People may not ask you at all. It's just things that you want to do and you enjoy doing. And you just push yourself and you push yourself until you're tired or you're exhausted. So, for that reason, after going through all of this stuff, I have decided I deserve a break and I'm going to Kenya. I need to see somebody's beach. I need to go do this safari. I need to go party. I need to go do something that is not me doing stuff for other people. It's me doing stuff for me. And I need to enjoy my time. The good thing is, I live right next door to Kenya. So, yeah, this is a good thing. And I'm going to force myself. I'm even forcing myself because I'm going with some friends. And I have to actually take time to say, Charisma, what do you want to do? And what do you not want to do? Because even on a trip, and this may just be me, even on a trip, I feel like sometimes I find myself being a people pleaser to the point where I'm doing things that I don't necessarily want to do. I'm going places I don't necessarily want to go for the other person instead of just saying, yeah, I don't really want to do that. Or you could go there and I'll stay home that day, or I'll just relax that day. And it's funny that it sneaks up in so many aspects of your life. I used to be for most of my life. Now I talk to myself often and tell me it is okay not to please. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to. Well, actually, I've kind of already done it. I've canceled everything for this weekend. I literally have told people that I'm sorry. I'm gonna put y'all on mute real quick. So apologize. Business gets in here and it takes over. So I may be going back and forth because you all know I still manage my business in Atlanta. Um, so let's see. Monica was saying, yeah, in the family trip to Thailand last month, decided to take care of me and not the other six. And brother-in-law gave me the silent treatment for the last 2 days of the trip. Wow, wow. And that's really what I mean, y'all. We have to take more time to take care of ourselves. Um, y'all, whenever I get on live with y'all, things go haywire. So I'm gonna have to cut this live short because I have to take care of this business. But I promise you, I'm gonna jump on live within the next couple of days because I know this happens and we get cut short. But I want you to think about this. I really want you to think about, or I may try to get on in about 30 minutes. So let me take care of some stuff and then we're going to continue this live where we're talking about how we deserve a break. We talk about people pleasing and not doing things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. So I will be back with you because I wonder if I should end this stream or leave it for people to come back on. I may just leave this stream on and come back on so that it'll still be there. So let me do that. Let me take about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and I will jump back on, okay? Hey y'all, so I'm back and we'll see who jumps back on. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna tell y'all before we start talking about the people pleasing and everything, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my life here in Rwanda. One of the reasons why I love it here is oops, my door's open. Is I love my community here. I have just met an amazing community of people um, that I have not met in any other place that I've lived in. Um, and that's not to say that community wasn't in any other place. I just hadn't found it for some reason. And here it has been absolutely amazing. I had to turn on the extra light. The community here has been amazing. And it's been Black Americans, um, it's been Sudanese people. I have a amazing. I would just at this point call them family of Sudanese people um, that I hang out with, and I just absolutely adore and absolutely love. I hang out with them more than anyone else, to be honest with you. And just I have women that may have come from Atlanta and they look me up and I'm like, hey girl, let's meet, let's go to coffee, let's go grab a tea, let's go out, let's go to the movies, let's do stuff with our kids, let's do stuff together. um so that part has been amazing, and I think because it is a smaller country, maybe that's why it's more close knit, because we're all like, you really can't be more than 20 minutes from anybody. And because of that, you can always kind of meet up and do things and, go with this person, go with that person, hang out with this one, hang out with that one. And I think that's actually some of the reason between that and doing some other things. I think that's some of the reason that I have kind of gotten to the point of overwhelm, um, and needing to step back and needing to take a break. And like I said, I'm difficult. I have a difficult time with that. Monica was saying, I hope you're on here, Monica. Um, she was talking about her trip in Thailand and taking care of me, and the other people gave you the silent treatment the last 2 days. And I don't know how to combat that. What I have learned about myself is that I struggle with girls' trips because of that. Um, I have a friend and she's informed me that I'm a introverted extrovert. I don't know, or extroverted introvert. I don't know if this to be true or not, but I'm an extremely outgoing person. If you've ever met me in person, or if you ever meet me in person, you will know I'm like, hey girl, let's do this. Let's get together. Let's talk. Let's hang out. I'm all of that. And I like being all of that. But sometimes all of that becomes a lot. Like right now, y'all, it is so I'm gonna tell y'all 6:30 and my phone is going off like crazy. Like people like, where you at? What you doing? How you doing? What's going on? Da this, da that. So I'm like, y'all, and I just love them. I really do. I absolutely love the people I have met, but I have to learn to say no. I have to learn not to always be a people pleaser. I have to learn that sometimes I need time for myself. I feel like I look like a ghost. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I should really have the light here, but my ring light, I didn't charge it because y'all know I'm the worst content creator ever. Uh, I am like the worst content creator, y'all. Like, I don't think I'm really a content creator. I'm just the girl that gets online and be like, hey, girl, what's going on? Hey, girl, what's up? Hey, girl, what you doing? Uh, I'm like the worst content creator. But I did all of that and I forgot what I said. But I have to learn to take a step back. So I have declined so many invitations for this weekend. Hey, girl, hey, you hear my traffic out here? I have declined so many invitations for this weekend, just saying I'm taking time for myself. I said I was taking time for myself. Somebody came to drop something off for me just now, and they were like, "Hey, you want to go hang out?" I told y'all I was taking time for myself. Like I went out earlier today to do something for the business, and it was like, "Hey, let's get together. Let's do dinner. Let's do this. Let's do that." And I can't really just say no because we're already together, but it is a little, it is rough to take time to yourself. It is rough to say no. It is rough not to be that person because I'm always that person. Um, thank you. Thank you so much. You should have tagged me so I could have jumped on. I probably would have jumped on, depending on what time it is. My time is so off. Y'all, here it is 6:35 p.m. So my time is so off, but I definitely would have jumped on. But taking time to yourself is so important, but it's so overrated. And when I tell you I have a holiday party I'm supposed to go to, I have something I want to take him to, friend asked me to go out tonight. It's a lot of things. And I'm just like, I have to regroup. If I don't regroup, I'm going to crash. I'm going to crash and burn. And at this point in my life, I know my triggers. I could choose to ignore my triggers, but I still know my triggers. I know exactly what they are. I know exactly how I operate. I know my roller coaster. You know, we all kind of have our ups and downs. I know my roller coaster very well. But I also have trouble saying no. I have trouble with the people pleasing. I have trouble being everything to everybody all the time and not saying, but girl, what about you? And that's why I'm like, I deserve a break. I don't care where you move to in this world, you're going to move with you. You are coming along on this journey. You cannot escape you. So it's important that you learn these things about yourself. It's important that you learn your triggers. It's important that you learn what who you are and what you are. That's why I know I'm an extrovert. I know I'm a people pleaser. I know I'm a perfectionist. Now y'all, I didn't know I was a perfectionist until about 3 years ago when my daughter and I was sitting down talking, and she said that it was hard. And I hope she doesn't get mad at me for sharing this, but y'all, she don't watch me no way. So I'm gonna skip that part. But she informed me that I was perfect. I'm like, girl, what you talking about? I was like, honey, I'm the furthest thing from perfect. I mean, I don't see myself at all as being perfect. But when I asked one of my best friends, we've been friends since we were teenagers. We've been friends longer. More of our life has been spent as friends than life without being friends. And I had to ask her, I was like, am I a perfectionist? And y'all, she didn't even skip. She didn't even skip a moment. She didn't even stop to think. She was just like, yes. But when did that happen? I don't think that's something I knew about myself. And it's funny to be in your 30s to just realize that you're a perfectionist. And it wasn't that I was being facetious. I'm very serious. I had absolutely no idea that I was considered a perfectionist. I know that I'm a go getter. I'm a go, go, go. Like if I see something shiny, like I'm going after it full speed ahead. If I see something and I'm like, I want that, or this is meant for me, or I can see the potential in it and I can see this being bigger, building, all of those different things, I'm going for it. And I don't think it's a matter, I never thought of it as a matter of being a perfectionist. I just always feel like I need to secure the bag. I need to secure the bag, not for me, but for our lifestyle and for my children's lives to come. And that's all I see. I need to be able to create the lifestyle for them because I don't have a two-parent household for my children. I'm it. I'm it mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. I'm it. That's all they got. Um, this ex-husband and all of that. Uh, I'm it. This is what they have. So I've always felt like I fought for things for my children, not for anything else. But these are the things you have to realize about yourself. These are the things that you have to know about who you are. These are things that you find out along the way. When you take a look, when you go and you travel and you do all of these different things and you live abroad and you live in different circumstances and you take away all the glitz and the glamour and this and that, you start to unmask and you start to see who you really are deep down inside. When you live outside of your comfort zone, you start to realize who you are. You know, I study astrology. I don't study astrology, but I'm into astrology and tarot readings. And I want to share with you, some people may be into this, some people may not, but this was the way I grew up. Um, Hold on. So sometimes when I just feel a little off or uneasy, I'll do a reading, sometimes a long reading, sometimes a quick reading. And I want to share my reading with you all, just one or two of the items. And one thing that is said, this card deck is the metaphysical cannabis deck. I don't know if you all know of that, but it's a really cool deck. And it says, Oya is the Yoruban goddess of the weather, especially of powerful storms, tornadoes, lightning, fires, and rain. Oya means wind warrior goddess. She is represented by the water buffalo and would carry the spirits of the dead to the underworld. Clairvoyance, intuition, and psychic abilities are the lessons of this card. And Oya urges you to listen to the winds of change, whether you are ready or not. Legend states that Oya can call upon death and hold it off whenever she pleases. She comes to you when you feel the need to be protected. This might be when you're trying to protect or establish your business, which might be riding through some choppy waves at this moment. Remember, the storm will pass, and Oya will be there to gather the pieces and help you start anew if needed. And sometimes this kind of helps me because it helps me to put some things in perspective. When I did this, I really felt like I needed to cover myself because I was letting all of the elements, all of the people come in. And I wasn't taking time for myself to do what I needed to do with me. And I just needed to take some time. And I literally took 2 days. I went out, did what I needed to do. I went home and I went to bed. I laid down, I slept. I did what I needed to do for me because it's been a rough last week. This week has been hell. And I really just needed to say, let me take time to replenish, relax, and protect myself. Put a shield around myself. No people pleasing right now. I have a full time nanny. She is here from morning to night. She could take care of my son while I relax. Go get a massage. Go do my nails. Do nothing. Nothing. Doing nothing is so powerful. And sometimes that's just what needs to be done is nothing. When was the last time you took time to do nothing? Prior to the last 2 days, I have no idea. I'm always doing something. Hell, y'all, I'm about to do something here soon. I'm always doing something. I don't know if it's because I'm do I need to schedule that in? Because it's important. Why is it that, and I mean, I don't know about you, but why is it that, hold on. Between the business and my Wi Fi telling me it's enough. So, so if you got something, make sure you like and subscribe. I went around in circles. I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to actually go back and listen, and I hope that you got some good points here. Um, but if you didn't get anything else, take time for yourself, reset, relax, schedule in some time for alone time. If you need to put it on your calendar, put it on your calendar. If you can just tell yourself on this day, I'm going to schedule this time in, then do that. But make sure you do what's best for you because at the end of the day, if you don't put yourself first, nobody else is going to put you first. If you don't see yourself as being this amazing creature that graces this earth, nobody else is going to see you that way. Even on your lowest, darkest days, know that you are amazing, know that you are special, and know that there are people that absolutely love you. And people may be mad at you for a moment, a day or two, like Monica said, but people that truly love you will get over it. They will understand that you need time for yourself. They will understand that you need to regroup and recoup. They will understand that all of these things are being done in the name of love for everyone else. So I apologize. Everything was so choppy today. I keep trying to find a time and whew, I'm working on it. But until then, ciao. And if I don't see you before, I will see you in Kenya. All right. Ciao.